my favorite shoe. And yes, you heard me right. Shoe as in singular. Why singular? Because the other shoe is stuck somewhere on the rocky bottom of the Nantahala River. And for me, this shoe has come to represent a whole lot more than just my favorite all-purpose shoe. See, I went rafting earlier this summer with my family, and because I'd been down this part of the river many times, I decided that I was fine with guiding a 3-person raft. It was full of all girls. And so the river was great. We had a great time. And as we approached that last big, epic rapid, we were pumped. We were ready to go over. But to make a long story short, as we were about 30 yards out from that rapid, this class 3 rapid, I ended up outside of the raft in the 45-degree water. And needless to say, it was not the most fun part of our trip. But as the current was so strong and the two in the boat were younger and a lot smaller than I was, there was no way that I was getting back in the boat. And I quickly realized that I was going over this rapid, just me and my nice little life jacket. You know, in those moments I was trying to swim to the edge. I was trying to remember everything that they tell you in the videos of how to be, I think the way they put it is taking an active role in your rescue. And already being beaten and battered from the rocks long before I ever got to the rapid itself. All I could remember was getting a ball. And so as I went into the rapid, I just remember feeling like it was taking forever. And I kept remembering, look for the sky, because I knew that when I saw it, I was going to take the biggest breath I had ever taken. And finally, after actually doubting that I was going to take another breath, I came out, saw the sky, and the only thing I saw and the only thing I heard was this man on a rock behind me. And it sounded like this. I'm sure it wasn't this loud or this dramatic, but he said, "Grab the rope!" And I panicked and looked everywhere and grabbed that rope. And my first instinct was, okay, now I've got to swim in. And in that moment, the Lord just said, just be still and let them pull you in. You cannot save yourself. And he pulled me in because at that moment, I was done. I was spent. I was frozen from the water. I was beaten from the rocks, confused and in a panic. And I had to rely on this man who I had no clue who he was, but he had become my rescue. I had to rely on that rope that man had thrown to me to be what pulled me in and saved my life in that moment because I was done. You know, and God has given me such a picture of grace through this. You know, we never can be our own rescue. We try so hard. We try to swim and we are beaten and battered by life and by sin. And we work in our own way to try to get to the edge. But you know what? God says, hey, I've taken care of that. Quit trying to rescue yourself. Grab hold of grace. And grace is a person. It's Jesus. So maybe that's you. Maybe you're battered by the sin of your life. You're beaten up. And you just are drowning and don't know how to get out of it. You know what? That's all right. Grab a hold of grace. You know, or maybe you know who Jesus is, but life has got you pushed down. The current is just overwhelming you. The chaos of the current of the water of your life, of the situations of your life are drowning you. Grab a hold of grace. Grab a hold of Jesus because he's ready and waiting to pull you in, to be your rescue. Whatever consumes you, whatever you feel like you're drowning in, there is hope for your rescue. If you grab a hold of Jesus, his grace will help you take the next breath. Ephesians 2:4-5 says this, "But God, being rich in mercy, because of the great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace, you have been saved." It's by grace. Grab hold of grace. Grab hold of Jesus. I want to leave you with this today. This is a quote from Jack Hayford. He says this, "Grace is God meeting us at our point of need through the person of Jesus Christ." Whatever your point of need is, God is right there ready to meet you with the grace of Jesus. He's your hope, your salvation.